Welcome to the show that looks at truth, fiction, and reality with a smirk. I'm Aaron Peterson.
I'm Amanda Sink.
And I'm Zach Parkerson.
What?
Okay, well, welcome to Smirk. What was that about?
It's my news intro, Channel 4.
I like it. All right, well, welcome to Smirk. Each week, one of our hosts introduces an original story, which we then use as a springboard for a spirited and lighthearted discussion on whatever the moral or theme of their story is. This week, it is my turn.
Why do you sound so mysterious?
It's ominous is what I'm going for. Well, because we had some really dark topics like the last week, and then we had whatever Zach's topic was last week, where we mostly spent the time learning how Amanda cannot understand how history works.
I feel so
Well, we
stupid.
talked about Rocky quite a bit.
Yeah, the
there
Rocky
we go.
podcast.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm trying to get us back on track. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're ruining the fun, is what you're saying.
I didn't take it off the rails, all right?
That's true. That's enough yapping. I'm just going to get into the story. Here we go. Gather around the campfire. It's time for a story. It was 2 a.m. when their Volkswagen rolled up to the Taco Bell drive-thru. Sam, Drake, Michelle, and Arnie were about to call their long night a wrap when a much-needed food stop begged to be taken. After all the laughs and rambunctious activities, nothing settles four rowdy teens down more than a few burritos. That is science. The line was dragging at an obscene pace, affording the foursome more time with cheap jabs at each other over the night's earlier happenings. So much so, they were completely oblivious to the screaming and honking coming from the car behind them. As they pulled forward, the cashier slid the window open with that typical look of disdain. This was a woman who did not dream of serving burritos to obnoxious teens as a child. The quartet made jokes and tried to get the cashier to smile, but she wasn't having any of it. Sam gave up, paid, grabbed the food, and started to pull away, just as he heard a door slam. Getting back to the road was a bit of a cluster, so Sam decided to weave back through the parking lot to the side road. It was more reasonable to finagle back onto the main drag. As he turned back into the lot, though, he heard a ferocious thud. As Sam looked up, he saw a gigantic man, a mountain of sorts, laying on the hood of his car. His face was twisted and angry. He began screaming, "Michelle, get out of that car now!" and then proceeded to swing a bat into Sam's windshield. "Get out now!" Whack! To say everyone was petrified would be an understatement. Sam instinctively slammed on the brakes. Unlike the movies, your first instinct isn't always to floor it. The mountain bounced off the hood of the car and swung another ferocious blow at the windshield, glass flying everywhere. One more hit, and it was gone. "Get out now!" No one knew what to do. Everyone could now tell it was Raymond, Michelle's disgruntled ex, and they also knew in his current state it was pointless to try to rationalize with this man. By the looks of it, he was hopped up on Mountain Dew and looking for answers to a bad breakup, with a bat asking all the questions. "Last time I'm asking, Michelle," Raymond screamed as he hopped back onto the hood and prepared to swing. "I'll smash this hole." Raymond never got to finish his sentence, because Sam wasn't missing the opportunity twice. As soon as Raymond began his monologue, Sam punched the gas and watched as Raymond flipped over the car and off into his rearview mirror. Everyone watched as Raymond ran after them, but he quickly faded into the darkness as the car floored into the night. As they came to a quiet intersection, Sam pulled the car over to catch his breath. The adrenaline in the vehicle was palpable. Everyone sat motionless for a solid 5 minutes. Finally, Drake looked around the car, lifted the Taco Bell bag up, and spoke. "So we're going to eat these or what?" The car erupted in laughter, and the previous events almost immediately fled their minds. No one spoke of it again, and Michelle was able to finally put this unstable relationship to bed. And somehow, it made those burritos all the more delicious.
Did you really use a Talladega Nights reference?
What was the Talladega?
All hopped up on Mountain Dew?
Huh! I didn't do it. Not
Come
intentionally.
at you like a spider monkey.
Yep.
Nah.
Zach's got it.
I was just thinking it was Taco Bell, so it made more sense.
That's funny.
Well,
What
yeah,
do I know?
the only flavor of soda you can get at Taco Bell is a Baja Blast.
Is it really?
No.
No, it should be. That's the natural accompaniment to the food offerings.
I understand.
The food offering.
To the food offering.
You
Yeah,
sound like
if anyone doesn't know, Taco Bell is the #1 restaurant in America. It's the best deal in food available. So I'm so glad we get to talk about them. Live Mas, everyone.
Yes, very much.
Oh, boy.
So what do you think the
Taquito
moral...
Taco Bell.
What do you think the moral of the... Did you say tequila Taco
Taquito.
Bell? No, it's
Yeah,
Yokiro
tequila.
Taco Bell.
Oh, it's Yo Quiero.
Yokiro Taco Bell. Yeah.
Oh.
Some people don't speak Spanish, and I'm one of
Okay?
them. All right, what do you think the moral of my story was?
Don't be a crazy ex. Don't date a crazy ex.
Seems like there's more than one moral.
Also, no, this is all...
Was
this,
a colon? Or was a comma in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't be a crazy ex. Don't date crazy. And don't be friends with girls who have crazy exes.
That's a very long moral or theme. Okay, Zach, do you have anything more succinct?
Crazy is bad.
Oh, man. So one of my very best friends ever gave me a sage piece of wisdom that she wanted to stitch onto a throw pillow for me so I could always be reminded, never put your f***ing crazy.
That's on a throw pillow?
Do you lay your head on it?
Do you put your
Get
D
one.
on it?
She never got around to making it, but it was supposed to be a gift.
Oh.
But I think back to that often. And it's sage wisdom, and I think that's the moral of the story. You never sleep with crazy.
That's okay. That's close, but actually,
Live Mas good is the alternative.
nothing good happens at 2 a.m. That's the moral of the story.
Oh,
I think Taco Bell would disagree.
Well, no, I think they would agree. Have you ever been to a Taco Bell at 2 a.m.?
They love it, though.
They do not. The people working
Nobody-
there do not.
yeah, nobody loves it there.
The owner of Taco Bell probably does.
Nope, he's not there at 2 a.m.
This is also not a sponsor. We are not sponsored by Taco Bell. I feel like we should say that at this point.
I think Zach is sponsored by Taco Bell.
His whole
Yeah.
life is everything he does.
You're gonna find out I might be.
Every time I've talked to him and he's eating or something, it's usually Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It's great. It's Taco Bell is easily the best deal in food. You cannot get more food per dollar than you can at Taco Bell. I'm counting grocery stores in this equation. Taco Bell is the best deal you can have.
Do you count it as food?
Of course.
Have you eaten
You
it?
I know
question
people
that.
always people always use the argument like, oh, it's not all real beef, right? They use like soy filler. I'm like, well, good. It's even healthier then.
I appreciate that you are always there defending and promoting your favorite restaurant in the world.
Taco Bell.
I think restaurant is a loose term here.
They're a
What-
fine establishment.
What do you order from there that your organs
Can we-
aren't destroyed at this point?
Oh,
No, I think it's important that we go over everyone's favorite Taco Bell order.
God.
I like a cheesy gordita crunch.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't?
This guy.
And I love it when they have the box. You get the cheesy gordita crunch with a soft taco and a fiery Dorito Locos taco. Baja Blast to drink. You get no lettuce on anything because what they're serving there is not lettuce. But otherwise, they have good food there.
Can I tell you? Okay, you know what? This is not a Taco Bell podcast, but I will give you a quick Taco Bell story because I don't eat Taco Bell anymore. I haven't eaten Taco Bell in forever. But because of Zach,
I still want to know what your favorite food was there. But continue your story.
I really like the Crunch Wrap thing. They still
Crunch
have
Wrap
that, right?
Supreme?
Yeah. I still like
Yeah.
it. I like that. Whatever. So I haven't gone in forever, but because Zach won't stop talking about it, I decided to go there
So
not
good.
too long ago. And I ordered a burrito of sorts. All that was in there was cheese and some kind of sauce. I couldn't find meat. I couldn't find
You
a
probably got
vegetable.
the roll up, which is only like
No,
$1.
I ordered something that specifically had at least 7 different ingredients, and I had 2. So I don't understand the best deal for your dollar. I insist that is not accurate at every Taco Bell.
Well, maybe, you have the wrong Taco Bell, but maybe you got, I think it was a month or two ago, they had the triple cheese burrito was one of their specials.
No, it wasn't that. It was an actual burrito. It was like it was a freaking
Oh,
burrito.
nice.
It had 6 things in the picture. None of those things were in my burrito.
We need your receipt as evidence to discuss what happened in this particular
All right,
instance.
back to my story. Do you think they did the right thing by staying in the car?
Oh, I'm so glad you referenced what happened in the story. 'cause
I never
about Taco Bell.
got what Amanda's favorite Taco Bell food was,
Oh my
though.
God, can we move on?
I do love a cheesy gordita crunch. I
thank you.
love that they have
So-
cherry Pepsi there. Their Fiesta potatoes are really good.
That's not one thing. We're done.
He said an order.
No, he said.
Why did he give his order and I couldn't give my order?
I just want to go.
Also, they do have a really good deal right now of the double cheesy gordita crunch box, which has 2 soft shell taco or 2 tacos.
Why do you think? Did they do the right thing by staying
You
in the
can
car?
upgrade to soft shell for free.
Did they do the right thing by staying in the car? Nobody
Yeah.
remembers
they
the
should-
story now.
Yes,
Nobody
we do.
remembers. They're just like, I just wish you guys would shut up about Taco Bell and talk about the story.
Or maybe they don't want us to talk
I
about
love
the
it.
story. Maybe they want to know what the rest of everyone's order is. Maybe
I
they're
love
hungry.
Aaron's goal this week was to get us back on track. I love that.
Did they do the right thing by staying in the car?
Yes.
No.
Why?
Yes.
Amanda, please go.
Because if they would have gotten out of the car, apparently he's a mountain of a human being, and he would have just pummeled their faces in with his little bat. Pow, pow, pow. And then they'd all be dead. This reminds me.
A little bat? Like he's just got a little... a little tiny bat?
No, it's not a midget bat.
It's a baseball bat. It's
Yeah.
a bat.
Yeah, it's a bat. It's his little bat.
Okay. All right, Zach. Well, why did you say no?
What was it?
Or did you have more to add?
Because you didn't confront the situation. This guy's going to come back later. You didn't do anything to stop it. You probably did the safer move at the moment, but you got to get out. And I understand he's got a bat and that's scary, but you got to you could try to talk him down. You could try to get the bat away and then talk him down. You could hit him with the bat several times. You could hit him with the car. I don't know. But you have to confront your situations in life or they never go away. Randy's not going to stop just because you drove off and ate Taco Bell. Liv Moss.
Do you guys agree that he should have hit the gas as opposed to slamming on the brakes, or do you think he should have slammed on the brakes?
Well, I'm glad he slammed on the brakes.
Amanda voted to hit on the brakes instead of running him over, I guess, right?
Correct.
Or accelerating so he flew off the car?
Yeah. I would like the brakes to be stopped.
Well, yeah, I guess my answer to the question, you would have to brake because you would want to get out of the car, I guess would be my correct answer.
Well, there was two times where there was the first time where he braked, and then there was the second time where he accelerated. So which one are we talking about?
The first time.
Oh, the first time. Okay, I'm glad he braked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the first time, if he had accelerated, wouldn't he have run this dude over?
Yep.
All the way over?
That's what I'm
I know what you did
asking
last summer style. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, again, going back to he should have got out of the car, I would say you should brake. Braking is a good reaction. Nobody wants to go to prison for manslaughter. He hadn't gotten a chance to beat up your car yet, right? So probably didn't have probable cause to run him over.
Just to build on that, why is it a lot of times when people are panicked, they do the opposite of what they should do? You know, if somebody tries to kill them, they scream and everything else, and then they run and they panic and they do all kinds of panicky things instead of doing what they know they should. Just because people can't control their thought process when they're panicked, or what?
I think some people can control that, but there are the majority of us, myself included, who, when something traumatic is happening, you don't really know how to respond. And so I think you instinctually go into that fight or flight, where Zach is one of those people who would for sure stop, think, and fight. I'm one of those people who's like, get me out of this situation. However I can get out of it, I want to be out of it if it's something that's that scary.
Yeah, she's right. Fight or flight takes over, and most people flight, right, or freeze up because your body's taking over, and you got too much going on chemically that you can't process the information correctly, right?
Yeah, no, that's right.
Are birds chirping? In case the listeners, by the way, if you're hearing any chirping, there's some birds outside that have made their presence known. And we're trying to combat them best we can, but these walls in this apartment are thin.
They're trying to guest on the podcast.
That's hysterical. They know sound effects. We should have had them in the story. Why are there birds in this moment? It's 2 a.m.
Yeah, well, I think they're afraid they might be turned into Taco Bell meat. So.
Oh, Tweety.
That is probably what's in that freaking taco. Okay, so why do you think it is that with the right friends, even the direst and uncomfortable circumstances can be completely and immediately overshadowed without barely a word spoken?
Because every friend group's got the jokester. And the jokester knows how to cut the tension. He's just waiting for his moment to strike with that comedy bit, eat the burrito. Hey, we're going to eat these burritos or what? And that kind of brings everyone back down to earth to let them know that they're safe.
And you think it's only that one person in that group that can break that tension?
Not necessarily, but I do think there's generally groups form around breakfast club cliches, like a lot of friend groups do have roles that get filled. There's usually a jokester, and if they're a good friend, then they know how to make everyone feel more at home.
Am I the only person who doesn't have like one circle of friends?
Sounds like it.
Because I have friends who are like, I have this person who likes concerts, and I have this person who loves to cook, and they're not all associated. They're all my friends are like in different areas. I don't have friends, so that's how I solve that. So you're just blindly answering this question?
I have different friends. The variety of closeness, it depends on what the situation is. Some are more, hey, this is my friend that I hang out with and I do a couple things with every now and again. or there's my friend that occasionally I do podcasts with, or this is my close friend I do like a lot of the majority of the stuff with, or this is the person I grew up with. I mean, but then you also have, typically, there's like a close-knit circle in some aspects, and some of those friends come and go. And
my close-knit circle is a group of ladies who don't even live in the same area. So
I think everybody's different.
You trying to brag? You got long-distance friends?
I don't.
Are you trying to say I suck because all my friends are in the neighborhood?
No, I think we all have long-distance friends. I'm just saying that's the closest thing that I have that resembles like a circle of friends. I've always been the person who has a friend from like each quote-unquote clique, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of mix and mingle.
You like options.
Yeah, I like to keep them open. Also, if
You like to
something,
play the field.
if one bad thing happens in that circle of friends, all of your friends are now affected. Your whole group.
Yeah, I mean,
how uncomfortable.
I gotta say, I don't personally have a circle of friends. So I guess I would say that not everybody does. I don't have a circle. I am adjacent to a circle of friends. I'm in somebody else's circle, but it's not my circle. So I don't have my own circle of friends. I have people that I'm close to, and actually just one of them really is a circle of friends, and then the rest of them are just friends.
And sometimes you intermingle with their circle.
Yeah, I definitely mingle with people who are in a circle of friends, but I've never had that need because I've always been kind of a loner by nature. So I'm close to people, and those people have that circle. I don't really have a circle.
It's weird. I don't know.
I guess I don't really have a constant circle, but I did back when I worked at this bake shop. Everyone kind of hung out together, and so I guess at one point in my life I had a circle of friends, and that was pretty nice.
Somebody broke the circle.
Did somebody
Someone
break the
always
circle?
does.
Oh, that's so sad. I wonder if it's more if people who have friend circles get more benefit out of their friendships because they have a group of people that they can continuously hang out with, or if I'm better off in the how all of ours kind of work at this point in our lives, where we have friends from all different sorts of areas and walks of life, and you don't really have a circle.
Circles get messy, a lot of backstabbing, a lot of talking behind backs, a lot of sleeping around.
No, they don't. Only on bad ABC TV shows.
I mean, the circle of friends I'm chatting about fell out because it turns out one of the guys was stealing from me and my buddy. So,
man,
yeah, someone's always going to be a dirtbag.
Stealing your woman or stealing your money?
No,
money.
My money, man.
That's more important.
You got to care about women? It's all about dollar bills.
Y'all?
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth.
The circle of friends thing is an interesting concept. I think it's more of a high school thing. Once you get older, you kind of grow out of it. You have lives. You're busy. You're doing stuff. And I do notice that my friend that does have that circle of friends, and they're all very close. I mean, they still do things like regularly, but as they grew and they had families and kids and stuff, like they hang out less and less and less. So it's just a factor of life. I think it's one of those things that only works if you don't have other obligations. If you have a lot of, you can afford to have the time to spend and just hang out and drink or talk or BS or play games.
Well, and two, when you have a social circle and you're hanging out with the same people and you're obligating yourself to hang out with those same people, you're not really expanding yourself into other friendships that you can get really close to, and you get those friendships
it's a big deal to bring somebody in the clique. Hey,
Right.
who's this guy? Who's Steve? I don't know this dude.
Steve's
doesn't
gonna
like
ruin everything.
Steve doesn't like coffee. Steve can't come to Sunday coffee because
man.
Steve
No,
doesn't
we're going to
like
keep
coffee.
inviting him, and eventually we're going to go somewhere else because Steve wants to go somewhere else. And now everything's thrown off because you just had to include Steve.
This feels personal.
I really hate when
Same.
there's always that guy where you invite a new person in the group and he wants to throw everything off because he likes something different, or he's picky, or, well, we can't go to that restaurant because Steve doesn't like. Steve, shut up.
Oh, yes. Steve told us the owners there, they spit in all the hamburgers. You can't eat there anymore.
We've gone there for 5 years. Well, Steve didn't like it.
Oh, Steve, yeah. Steve told us, man.
Damn, Steve. Messing everything up.
Steve ruins everything.
I hate Steve.
So what were we talking about?
I
We're
don't
doing
remember.
really good at getting
Steve?
back on track.
Yeah, it's Steve.
Ooh, Taco Bell. I think we're talking about Taco Bell.
You know what? That brings it back to my final question. Zach, you can answer this as it's pointed directly at you. Why does Taco Bell seem like a great idea after a late night out?
Because they're brilliant at marketing the fourth meal.
That is a
That's
good
it. I mean,
point.
it's the end of the story.
That's a good point.
You can guarantee that Taco Bell is going to be open at 2 a.m.
Or sometimes even 3 and 4 a.m. I've done that.
Yeah. And also, like, you don't want, if you're out drinking or something, is there anything else you want more in the world than sloppy, greasy, gross food?
You know what I've never understood? And this is a legitimate point, okay? And I'm not saying I've been this guy, but I'm definitely saying I know people that have been this guy or gal. Or
He's been this guy.
shh. you're out drinking, you're out at the bar and everything else, right? So when you're young, what's the one thing you worry about after you've been at the bar till like 2 a.m.?
Getting laid.
A DUI?
I guess both of those would apply. Yeah, but primarily you're leaving the bar. It's 2 a.m. You probably had more drinks than you should have. The thing most people are worried about is a DUI. I would concur with that. Do we agree?
Maybe
At
don't
least
get in the week. What?
What's that?
Why would you worry about that? Don't get in the car.
Look, it's wrong. We know it. It's against the law. Don't do
But
it.
everybody has pretty much done it.
Hey, not everybody. I know some.
You
really,
haven't?
I have
Yeah,
not.
once you settle down.
Ever.
On a podcast, I have not. Absolutely not. I definitely don't condone it.
Yeah, if you've been drinking and now you're driving, stop the podcast and stop your car. Wait, stop the car first and then stop the podcast.
Does that mean you're drunk podcasting? I don't know
What if that
means.
makes us funnier? And then they're like telling all their friends at the bar.
I guarantee you it makes us funnier. Everything is funnier in that respect. When you're out at the bar and then you got to leave, you're worried about like the whole drive home. Even if you only had one drink, you're still looking everywhere for a cop. And if you see a cop, you freak out. Everybody freaks out. If you tell me you don't, you're lying. So, because at 2 a.m., that's all anybody's worried about is getting pulled over and getting laid, apparently.
And getting tacos.
Getting laid. Well, yeah. Well, you can get laid easier if you buy them tacos.
That is a very good point. If you've both been drinking and you get her tacos.
Yeah, it might be a messy evening, but certainly it'll be a messy morning.
God.
Do you eat the taco meat off of her?
No, you really.
Oh, this is not a bad idea.
It's sad that
or are you saying that this is you get her taco?
No, that's
what?
Neither one of those.
I'm talking about how you're gonna have to poop. You're gonna have to poop at some point after you eat Taco Bell at a night of drinking and lovemaking.
I missed that.
Let me get back to my point, if we can, which is the last thing you want to do is get pulled over. So why do so many people then pull over to the Taco Bell and risk basically delaying the time in which they actually get home just for that tasty treat?
Because you don't want to get home and throw up from not having food in your system after you've been drinking.
Why would you go drinking and not have any food in your system? Or why would you go drinking, get intoxicated, and then feel it's a good idea to add more to the mix? That's
because
dumb.
Sometimes you need something to settle your stomach.
That's not how
you don't need a
works.
whole meal. You do need something, though.
Well, if you're having a night of drinking and driving, you're not thinking clearly anyway.
That's true.
So you're passing by Taco Bell. You're like, you know what? I did have wings at the bar, but that burrito supreme sounded mighty fine.
I've been cutting calories all week long, and I did already have 3 complete meals today, and not to mention 16 cocktails. You know what would be great? Frickin' burrito.
That person is dead if they have 16 cocktails.
I can guarantee you that person is not dead, and they're probably a fun time.
Are they you? Are you the person?
Maybe not.
That person is about to lose several calories when they have to get their leg amputated from the car accident they're about to get in anyway.
I'm not saying they're driving the car. I'm saying that they're in the car.
Somebody else is drunk driving them.
Exactly.
They got their Uber driver to pull them to Taco Bell.
That's not what I meant. I meant a sober person is driving the drunk people around.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with. Man, you guys are tough. Okay, I got nothing. Last question, I guess. The Taco Bell is kind of the last question, but I'm just kind of curious. How would you guys have handled that situation in the story? Zach?
I think I covered it. Get out, try to get the bat away from Randy. I got 3 people on my side. We can get, is his name Randall, is that right?
Sure.
We could get him pinned down or something, get the bat away, and try to converse. Try to reasonably dissolve the situation, but I suspect that's not going to occur. So you resolve it however you can.
I'm sitting in the car, and I'm going to say, Joe, Bobby, get out of the car and take care of this, please.
Who are Joe and Bobby? They were not in the vehicle.
The driver and the backseat
Nope.
person. What are their names?
Drake? Sam? Michelle? We're done.
Drake and Sam.
You're dead already. He's already beat you to death with the bat. While you're trying to figure out who you're in the car with because you're so intoxicated and loaded up with Taco Bell.
I haven't even eaten my Taco Bell yet. I'm definitely not dying before I get my taco.
I think we can all agree you've probably already eaten your Taco Bell before this guy even jumped in the car because you're that person that ate it before you even left the drive-thru.
Are you calling me a pig?
No, I just made a statement.
Are you implying it?
I might have implied it, but I didn't make
I
a
think
statement.
you need to not imply that.
All right, so was my story truth or fiction?
Fiction.
Fiction.
That story is 100% truth.
Was it your story?
That was my story.
Are you Randall?
No, not the crazy guy. No, I was in the car.
That's why I hesitated.
Are you the jokester?
I made that joke. Yep.
Yeah.
How old were
I knew
you?
it.
You did not know it, otherwise you would have said truth. You said fiction.
Yeah. Well, once he said it was truth, I knew that he was going to be the Joker of the story.
Oh.
Also, most importantly, I want to know, did you sleep with Michelle?
No, I did not. No. Lovely person.
Oh.
I would have.
Did Sam or Drake?
What's that? No.
Does your wife listen to this
It
podcast?
was his cousin. No, definitely. And it's
So?
not, names have been changed to protect the innocent.
This isn't Law and Order.
They still have. No, that's true. We were at Taco Bell. We left drive-thru and friggin' just jumped on the car and started smashing windows. It was insane. True story.
That is insane. What's the title of your story?
Live Mas.
Yes. At Taco Bell.
It's legit. Like
Zach, you're going to get a real sponsorship.
you can actually check. It's not because Zach said it 3 times. It's actually, that was my title the whole time. Live Mas.
I think he said it a lot more than 3 times. We need a counter.
Yes. I really do hope. I hope I get a Taco Bell gift card out of this or something.
Oh, we should have said at the beginning, disclaimer, if you're at home listening to this podcast in a safe place, take a shot every time you hear Zach make a reference to Taco Bell.
So that way we can murder people. People are going to die.
We don't want that. We don't want that. All right, as our show goes, we occasionally pick listener stories to read and discuss on Smirk. If you'd like a chance to have yours read, email it to mystory@smirkpodcast.com. And please leave a review of the show in iTunes or Apple Podcasts, whatever you listen to. I know it's the same thing, but people call it different things. So there you go. Don't miss an episode. Be sure to subscribe to Smirk on your podcast app of choice and check out our website at smirkpodcast.com.
Why did you say it like
I
that?
don't-
That's
yeah,
what-
what are you doing?
That's what I feel like after I eat Taco Bell. I love that. And I hate myself.
You are so uncomfortable.
I hate myself.
I love to. Oh man, I feel golden after a nice meal at Taco Bell.
You just
I feel like I
talked
could
about
take on the world.
You just talked earlier, like 5 minutes ago, about how bad you're going to have to poop from eating
Yeah.
your Taco Bell, that it's going to inhibit you from getting laid. Why is that like a top-notch
Well,
thing
it's
for
trust me. You could teach your body. You could put aside the need to poop to get laid.
Ew!
This is not going to make the podcast.
Ew!
And as you write your own life story, always remember to tell it with a smirk.
Helicopters in the air.
Do you live near an airfield? Why do you have helicopters, birds, arms marksmen? I don't know. What the...
Well, the helicopters aren't usually this frequent, man. It's been, I don't know what the
Are
hell's
you
going on
doing
there.
the podcast while you are a target of a manhunt? Yeah, he started breaking up. That's what it is.
Yeah, I think that-
He's a target of a manhunt. He's on the
Just to
run.
get dragged off screen. That'd be kind of cool, though, right?
All right, let's do this. Here we go. Maybe
What?
after the birds. Maybe
birds?
after the bird. Do you have a window open?
I asked him
They
that.
don't have any windows.
Are you
open.
on
Why
the
would I have
roof?
windows open in
Why are
fucking
you
February?
Why are you podcasting on the roof? Or
There's
in
like Tweety Bird outside his window, like, what up, bitch?
or in the park. What is up?
That'd be kind of cool.
Here we go.
Manhunt underway by my apartment.
I'm Aaron Peterson.
I'm Amanda Sink.
And I'm Zach Harper.
Hang on.
Chirp, 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 chirp. I can't make that.
I know.
joke.
I
don't
get
know
it.
how.
This
What are you gonna do come real spring?
He's gonna move.
God.
Yeah.
They're not stopping.